Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to be going over what might potentially be the single best investment in Pokemon in terms of sealed and maybe even singles as well. And these are going to be the Japanese exclusive promos, especially ones that like feature Pikachu and some sort of crossover. We're all seeing what the Van Gogh or Pikachu with Great Felt Hat is going for right now, even though it's one of the most graded cards in history. Um, doesn't matter, still has an insanely high price. Mario Luigi Pikachu's, if you haven't seen, I think the boxes are probably even more expensive than this at this point, but last sold, it looks like on price charting, is around $6,000. Um, and I don't think we can go to all time, but this was definitely not $6,000 at release. Luigi as well, up there. Yeah, I don't think Luigi is gonna be cheaper than Mario, so I'd say probably close to like $6,000 to $7,000 for these boxes, and you can even see the PSA 10s are going for around 13,000. Um, Actually, I'm a little surprised this went for 13K, and then this set with two of them went for 7K. Interesting, but anyway, um, yeah, this is a very good box, right? Same with ponchos. We're all seeing the poncho hype right now. They're going absolutely crazy. And I remember when these came out, I didn't buy them because I didn't really know how to buy, these kind of specialty boxes from Japan. But also, I thought they looked ugly. I still think ponchos look ugly. I'm not a poncho guy at all. But they're so coveted that I wish I would have at least bought the boxes and held on to them. You can see they are insanely expensive now, especially graded ones, right? We're talking upwards of 6K. Absolutely insane stuff. I remember thinking these were just omega ugly. I really don't like the ponchos. I think they look really dumb. I'm gonna get a lot of hate for that, I'm guessing. Because clearly a lot of people seem to like ponchos. I don't know. I'm not a poncho guy. But yeah, these are selling for like some obscenely insane numbers. I mean, we're talking like 15 grand for two BGS pristine Rayquaza ones. I think if I was gonna choose one that's my favorite, it might be the Charizard X, because like he's a little angry, at least he's hitting a pose. But I don't know, like altogether, I've seen these in real life. The texture is very like, it's not cool. The texture doesn't look good. I think you're really just buying it for the exclusivity, I guess. I don't know. Um, and so this kind of trend can be applied to a lot of these promo boxes, and people have started to catch on to that. So even something that was released recently, like this Japanese stamp box promo. I mean, I say recently in comparison to the poncho box, has also seen some absolutely insane growth now. Just last year, it looks like these were around $70. Now the box is going to cost you upwards of 600. It looks like there are some sales for the cards in PSA 10 sequential for 2,000 for two of the stamp box promos, and I don't know what the sealed one goes for now. Let's see. It looks like these are now going for around 1,600, 1,500, 1,700. Yeah, absolutely insane. I mean, and like, look, I love these promos. I think these are actually like, they look dope. Definitely in comparison to ponchos, I think they're much better. It's got a very like unique kind of Japanese style. The Cramorant with the Pikachu honestly does fit pretty well if you think about it, right? Because the Cramorant's like Swallow Pikachu or whatever. But I think these are like some two famous Japanese artworks, so it makes sense that these are doing well. So now that we know that these kind of exclusive promos can really go crazy, right? What exactly do we do with this information? What can we buy today that might see some kind of similar trajectories? Well, recently, I know one is coming out very soon, and they're selling on pre-sale. It's the Hiroshima, Tohoku, and Fukuoka boxes. The boxes itself look pretty cool. You got a shiny Gyarados. This is the promo. It's one of the half art promos. It's not like a full art promo. My personal favorite is probably the Latios box. I like the little stamp that's on it, but unfortunately they're not even in the card. And then I think you have this kind of Victini box. And so like each of these have a stamp. This is the most low res resolution. Sorry guys. Let me see if we can find a better one. So yeah, this is what's in the Latias Latias one. Like you can see it has a little, stamp that says Pokemon Center on it. And it looks like these are going for around 600 to 700 for all three, and around 200 to 250 for just one. This is my first kind of dive into some, more exclusive Pokemon Center special boxes and promos and stuff like that. So I'm curious to see how they perform. Personally, I'm not a big fan of Pikachu promos like this. I don't really care to collect them. I'm more interested in artwork and cards that are my favorite. But in terms of a pure investment standpoint, it's hard to argue that these Pikachu promos don't do good. Now, obviously, it depends on the promo, right? So maybe these ones won't do as strong, but I have more suggestions. As always, I never just have one. Nagaba special box. Now, this, I believe, comes with a certain amount of packs, and you can already see some of the Nagaba, PSA 10s. If you pull the Umbreon, because they come in packs, that's a 180. Just the raw is $80. So honestly, if you just buy the box and you end up grading, it kind of just pays for itself at 190. So this box, I'm probably gonna pick up as well, before the price kind of jumps up on these. I don't sure why they're still so cheap. Maybe because people just aren't a huge fan of Nagaba's style, or generally it's very readily available. Not too specific on the details on this, because again, this is very new to me. I don't really buy a lot of these, more Japanese exclusive promos. But I think this could be an interesting buy. I might pick one of these up. I like the box too. It's a very clean looking box in general, like to display. Very cute, very nice. Next is probably my personal favorite choice out of all of these, and that is the Yokohama Pokemon Japanese World Championships 2023 deck box. Now this comes with 2 decks, and you get a special little promo. So this promo, as you can see, looks absolutely stunning. It is one of the most graded cards right now, but doesn't matter because 73 sold at $500. And as you can see, the deck box itself is only around less than 300. I was able to get it for 250. Shout out the YouTuber Earn Collects on YouTube. He actually ended up shouting out this Yokohama deck box. I ended up buying one off of his advice, and we'll see how it does in the future. But yeah, this promo looks amazing. I don't think I'm going to open mine and grade it. I think I'm just going to keep it sealed, and see how it does. But yeah, this promo is really, really fun. You got both the legendaries. You got Pikachu in the middle. He's battling it out. You got a World Championships 2023 stamp on there. So buying the single, it's definitely more risky. It looks cool, but again, more risky. The single could go down because there's a lot of supply of this promo. However, if this price sustains itself, people are going to keep buying this 2023 deck box, and they're going to keep opening it to pull the promo. What is that going to do to the deck box? Well, it's going to increase the scarcity of the deck box itself. And guys, that's what sealed investing is all about. I don't think they're printing any more 2023 Yokohama deck boxes. So I think we're fine to invest into this. And as more people open it, I think hopefully the price of this will continue to go up. Same thing with the Nagaba, right? So that's why we invest in sealed and we take pleasure in the singles. I feel like that's the way I approach the hobby at the very least. And yeah, I think this is definitely a decent buy. And last but not least, we have the Meowth promo that comes from the Generations Japanese deck. Now this Meowth promo is very cool. I thought this was going to come into Journey Together or Dust and Rivals as like an illustration rare, but apparently not. It comes in this deck box, which is, let's see if I can find it. It comes in this deck box specifically. It looks like people are selling it for around $105. Not a horrible price. So you get, I think, 4 decks, and then you get 2 promos. I believe, yeah, the Meowth is around 140 in a 10, $70 raw. I think there's also a Wooper. The Whooper doesn't really go for much. It's just 17 bucks, but still a cool Whooper actually. I like it. Um, yeah, overall, not a bad buy. Some of these, Japanese exclusive promos, I think, do have a lot of potential in the future, but they also seem pretty high risk to me. But in terms of sealed investments, I think they're pretty unique. And seeing what a lot of the previous ones have done, I don't think it's a bad idea to just take the risk for something smaller, especially when you compare to the kind of risk that we're facing right now in normal Scarlet and Violet sealed, right? Like it does feel like buying Black Bolt and White Flare ETBs for $100 is way more risky. So I think all of these are honestly better buys than what I would consider, to be the most current modern set right now. Um, and we'll see if they end up doing well in the future. Um, but let me know what you guys think about Japanese exclusive promos. Are they worth investing in? Are the sealed boxes worth investing in? Um, and do you actually like these promos? I think for me, it's very hit or miss. Like the stamp box, I think it looks so clean. The Yokohama, promo, I think looks really, really good. Um, but and the Meowth looks very cool. But I'm not a huge fan of these promos. I am buying into them just to see how they do. I'm not a huge fan of ponchos, as I said before, but clearly doesn't matter what I think, right? If people enjoy the product, then it is what it is. It's gonna go up in value. But you will never see me buying a poncho for that much money. Ain't no way, ain't no way. But that's gonna be the video. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.